Take what you want from me. Oh, everything's just so fucking admin. Oh, everything's just so fucking admin.
Back from the dead.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're all invited to go fucking mental on this motherfucking drop. The countdown has just begun. Are you ready? Let's go, 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 go.
Now we're back from the dead. We're back from the dead.
Hell yeah.
We're back from the dead.
Are you ready? Let's go, 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 go.
Back from the dead.
We're back from the dead.
Hell yeah.
We're back from the dead. Back from the dead. Back from the dead.
From the heat wave stole my emotions. I left my doubts when I was swept by the ocean, and every pulse from the tide was a finish line. A wave race we were made to ride. You and I were first in line, and we took them by surprise. I was with you all the time. You may not realize, but I'm here. I hear you loud and clear. When we get lost in our own minds, you'll be keeping me near. Let the feeling of realization in that I'm here. I hear you loud and clear. When we get lost in our own minds, you'll be keeping me near. You'll be keeping me near. I hear you loud and clear. When we get lost in our own minds, you'll be keeping me near. User disconnected from your channel.
Alrighty, we are in game, people, and I'm just gonna turn off the music. I don't think you really need it that badly. Thanks for all of the guys that have tuned in. The 6 of you, awesome, and we're gonna see pretty standard bans. I'm expecting to see Gragas and Shin banned away, as well as cleared potentially Galio and Graves. But we'll just have to see.
I recommend skipping.
But pretty standard bans for these two teams. I mean, basically across the course of the last month, we've basically found that they tend to ban the same particular champions all the time.
You don't have the heart.
Surprised by the Lucian ban, funnily enough. But in all honesty, we kind of seen this evolution, and I don't think Goon would really ever change their bans because it's been working out for them so far. So, yeah. Fiora being taken away. It's gonna be the Orianna first pick. By Alpaca. Alpaca and Psycho are the rotating. I don't know. Alpaca seems to rotate between top and mid at the moment. But he seems to be rotating with Psycho as well. So they'll be securing that pickup. I think she's probably the strongest mid in the game currently. I'm expecting to see Kiddo pick up an Ari early. I don't see why he needs to wait and hold on to the mid pick unless they specifically want to secure something for the jungle. Or, I mean, I would expect to see someone pick up Graves here potentially, but there is going to be an Azir, so my Azir will actually be. I think Kiddo is going to actually default back to support this game. So that's quite a sneaky little play there, because I don't expect Kiddo to be playing support, but I'm assuming that's going to happen. And I mean, Mazia is a very, very, very talented Azir player, so but Yeah, Azir and Olaf. I wouldn't expect to see Miggy picking up this Thresh. I mean, into Azir and Olaf. I don't really feel like it's the best pick. Potentially, what they could do is they could pick up Jarvan at the moment. I don't know if some people, I mean, Gothis plays it, but Jarvan has started to rise in popularity, whether you play at top lane or even in the jungle, and it's a really, really, really strong pick into both Azir and Olaf because for those of you that don't know, Jarvan's ulti does counter Azir wall. You can literally go straight over it. But I mean, we can talk about what people should be picking. We do see Xayah being picked up and Thresh. We could talk about what people would be playing or should be playing, but I mean, in the SA scene, people don't really follow meta, so it's kind of hard to predict what people are going to be playing. And I haven't exactly had time to do research because I kind of only got this game sprung upon me in about an hour ago or something. So, I mean, I don't know what we're expecting to see out of Goon Squad. I don't know if they're gonna give. I mean, their first pick is here, so I don't exactly see the point in picking their top laner early. So expecting to see Brafest to end up on the Renekton anyway. At the end of the day, potentially another tank, maybe even. He does have a lot of damage coming out of his mid laner already. I don't know if these two are actually going to lock in these two picks. I'd be very surprised. It's going to be the Varus Karma being picked up. I mean, there's potential to see what they're going to pick here. I mean, given Garthus is always going to play the Graves if it's open. But I don't know. I don't know if Targa plays a lot of tanky top laners at the moment, so I mean, he should theoretically be going for like a Nautilus or something here, or maybe even potentially a Hecarim. I know he likes to play those. Those would probably fit better with the comp. Because right now, but I mean, Hecarim's not, he's kind of more of a bruiser, so if Brafester gets put onto like a heavy tank right now, and kind of manages to nullify Targa in that top lane, I really feel like there's it's gonna be really difficult because Graves is really short ranged and Azir is actually really good into basically their whole entire team right now. And Myzia's or Gonfikas, who used to be Myzia, is a really good Azir player. So we have to see. Like the drafts feels very mixed matched at the moment. We're gonna have to see how much Vanza can do with that new AD carry. She is incredibly powerful and if she gets to late game, I do feel like she. And I mean, there's the Nautilus pick that we're looking up. I'm just gonna quickly go close my door. I'll be back in a moment, and then we can break down how the game should play out. Alrighty, we've got 4 minutes to talk. So looking at the lanes right now. I don't exactly know how much Klaxor has played in Desire, but she is very strong. And her ulti is, if you are good, incredibly useful at potentially countering Varus ulti. I mean, if Varus is throwing out his ulti and Zarya drops her ulti, she's untargetable. It's basically like a Fizz W. I think it's W or Fizz E, whatever. But yeah, Fizz E, sorry. But so I mean that lane. If they land some good thresh hooks, I feel like early game is definitely bot lane's gonna go across to Goon Squad. The amount of pressure that Varus and Karma can apply is pretty massive, and I mean, I don't expect them to walk into this like 2v2 without like kind of that opinion that they're gonna win. I know Kiddo is obviously normally Goon Squad's mid laner, but apparently it looks like he's just like the autofill player at the moment. So he just bounces around where he's needed, and I mean, I think he's potentially one of the most multi-talented players in South Africa. So I'm basically looking at it like he's just a normal support like main. I don't see the point in changing what. No, we will be getting joined by Psycho. I don't know if he's actually going to talk or if he's just going to sit and listen. We're waiting for this delay to come off
I'm just
still.
gonna set listen.
Okay, cool. In terms of the jungle matchup, Olaf deals pretty well with Graves. He's just basically gonna hard farm. Nothing's really gonna change about that. They're both gonna farm. Potentially, Graves can outtrade Olaf kind of in the early game, maybe mid to late. But I mean, Olaf's just literally just gonna be power farming. I don't expect to see him doing much. And from what I've seen from Garthus's playstyle, he also doesn't seem to do very much early game as well. Generally on Graves, he just kind of either goes for the odd counter gank, or he's just gonna sit and hard farm. So expecting nothing really to come from the jungle pressure within the first maybe 5 minutes of the game. In terms of top lane, I mean it's Nautilus versus Hecarim. Whoever runs out of mana first kind of loses, but Brofester not really the most aggressive player. So I'm expecting Brofester to just kind of do his normal thing and just try and find the best way to nullify Targa. So then when we go to the mid lane now, for me this is probably the biggest mismatch on paper at the moment. Alpaca kind of also like an autofill kind of player. He's been jumping around a lot. He's been playing top. He's been playing mid. He's been playing support. Playing into Gonfix on his best champion. I really feel like this is a total mismatch on paper. I think Gonfix has got a big advantage in this, and I mean, I don't exactly think that Oriana's going to be given kind of like the opportunity to do what Alpaca normally does, where he just kind of sits back at his tower and waits. Because I mean, there's an Olaf that's going to be able to tower dive you. I don't think Myzia's going to be scared to just come in and kind of Shurima shuffle and push him away from the turrets. So, I mean, expecting to see a lot happening in this mid lane. But other than that, it's going to be an interesting game. You can never really quite say how these games are going to go, because people generally don't tend to be that consistent. The only real consistent thing that I can say in SA is that Goon Squad generally beat Royalty and Goon Squad generally beat everybody else. That's kind of the basics of how these games generally go. So, I mean, potentially, I expect Royalty to maybe go ahead in come out ahead in the early game, and then generally find a way to lose that to Goon Squad. That's generally what the general trend has been. Goon Squad not always having the best early game, but probably the strongest mid to late game in SA at the moment. So, I mean, it's quite possible that Royalty might be able to get ahead early and stay ahead early, but we're going to have to see a lot of pressure being exerted by Garthus in this game if that's actually going to happen. And Vans is really going to have to pop off on that new carry, because I don't really see top lane and mid lane being those big carrying forces for Royalty this game. I really don't. I mean, Nautilus should be able to easily, if he doesn't feed too hard early game or die early game, make mistakes, then I feel like he should be able to easily nullify the Hecarim. He's actually a really, really strong pick into Hecarim because of the amount that he can slow him down and everything. So that takes away. Wow, my client's gonna keep doing this weird FPS lag thing. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, walking onto the rift, everybody's just gonna try and kind of stop that early vision. I don't know. I kind of feel like warding that little pixel brush there's a little bit of a waste early, because it doesn't really give you any information. As well as I've also found it very interesting that a lot of people really, really scared to just walk up and ward the chickens. I mean, like, you gotta drop a ward by those chickens early if you get the opportunity, because that basically you expect a lot of the junglers to be starting there. So if you can kind of see which direction they're heading afterwards, you can kind of almost work out what the pathing is. Meanwhile, we do see Targa, he is going to actually go and walk up and drop a ward on this chicken. So at least one person seems to know what's going on with the early game. Which, yeah. Oh, It's directed camera. Everything's just frozen, guys. There we go, we're back again. What are they talking about? You like that skin? Yes, mine. Yes, yes. They're talking about the Azir skin. Meanwhile, we don't actually see Jutron starting off on the Raptors, which is quite interesting for me. We do see Klaxo and Kiddo. Oh, Klaxo actually missing that Q. Unfortunate. Oh, more FPS lag. It's cringeworthy, this FPS lag. I have no clue what's going on with the ride at the moment. My client's actually frozen, I think. No, it's back again. With my 0 ms, but I don't know why my FPS is bugging out so much, sitting at like 80 frames. Normally running at like 300. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much Vans has played this new AD carry. She is very often banned, so not a lot of people have got that much time to get practice on her, which might, I mean, it might be a blessing or a curse at the moment, because I feel like her early game is quite weak, but once she gets like 1 or 2 items, she becomes ridiculously strong. Oh, Van looking to get a little bit of damage off onto Klaxor. Oh, actually quite a lot, but Klaxor, oh, the death sentence does land. Miggy's gonna go in on that, but I mean, Kiddo's there taking tons of damage. Heal's gonna have to come out from Klaxor, and yeah, I don't know, a little bit of miscommunication there. Really good death sentence coming out from Miggy there, to turn around that trade. I mean, if that didn't land, Goon win that trade 100%. I suppose I should get the scoreboard sorted. Sorry, guys. That might actually help. There we go. I kind of really don't enjoy casting this this season so much, because it's really hard to keep up with what the junglers are doing in terms of like the amount of gold they've managed to acquire, because I mean, counting CS, it doesn't really work as well anymore because of the like numbers on the camps. Like, I mean, if you do Raptors twice, I think Raptors are seven creatures now, or 6, or I don't even know how many there are, to be honest. It's just, all I know is they hurt a lot. So I mean, like, if you're trying to work it out, and then Krugs is also like 1,000,000, so Jutron taking a lot of damage on that gank there. Giving away his position as well, and he needs to be really careful here, because Garthus can probably just walk into his jungle now, and Jutron actually wisely deciding, no, I thought he was deciding to go back, but he's actually not. So he's going to start up his Raptor camp. A big wave being pushed into Brofester now, but really no real kill threat. Meanwhile, I think the Olaf did manage to spot out the Graves there. And pretty boring game right now. Myzia getting a little bit of a gold advantage, a little bit of a CS advantage on Alpaca in the mid lane. Oh, going quite aggressive there, getting punished really hard for it as well. Interesting choice. I think he potentially could have won that trade if he had managed to actually hit him with the E, but unfortunately he didn't, so he ended up taking a lot of damage. Meanwhile, Brofester just... Oh, the hook just misses. And... Yeah, I don't exactly know what we're going to see out of this game right now, because it's been very quiet. I mean, apart from the one potential gank in the mid lane, nothing much exciting has really happened. Meanwhile, Brofester looking to trade with Targa. Might actually be in a lot of trouble here. The Ignite comes down. There's a lot of minions. Are they going to trade 1-for-1? Can he get the auto off? No, he can't. But, oh, Targa's very close to dying. Just manages to survive. Well played by Targa there. Very close. But, yeah, Nautilus ahead in CS, but made a mistake. And really forgot about the Ignite. And, I mean, potentially should have tried to get that auto off a little bit earlier. Before the last tick of Ignite, maybe would have won that trade for him, because I mean, I think Targa, if he took one more auto, would have definitely been dead. But mistake, and I mean, even though they managed to get first blood, Goon Squad's still ahead in gold. Or well, even in gold. Sorry. Like it's basically dead on even. It's not even like 50 gold apart. Oh, there we go. Goon Squad back in the lead with that ward kill. Oh, there's the FPS lag. The interesting thing for me is I really feel like this bot lane really needs to have some attention brought to it. I do see Jutron is moving down now, because I feel like Xayah, if she manages to free farm, can become quite a monster. Quite a scary hero if it gets ahead. But yeah, at the moment, I mean, everything Targa, I think the gold is pretty even on most sides. Targa with that first blood, obviously about 300 gold ahead, as you can see. But I mean, this big gold discrepancy is really starting to sneak in between the two mid laners, with Gonfeek's already like a kill above, basically. So I think really some attention needs to be brought to this mid lane, just to try and like kind of save the Ori, because Azir's not exactly something you want to fall behind on if you're Orianna, because he can really bully you in the lane. So so much FPS lag, it's actually ridiculous. But yeah, like generally Goon Squad just farming better all across the board, except for maybe the junglers, I guess. Really surprised by that. I mean, I feel like Hecarim shouldn't really be getting out farmed that much. Oh, Death Sentence lands onto Kiddo. Mickey's looking to get really aggro. They are going to land the snare. Kiddo should be going down. Ignite does come out. Flash from Vanza. Oh, here comes the TP, but Vanza's stuck without any escape now. And that's going to be Klaxor actually picking up the kill. Brilliant TP in through from Brafester. And that's going to be a 2-for-1 trade. And yeah, I mean, I expected Kiddo to go down there, but unfortunately Vanza getting a little bit greedy there. Ooh, here comes the slide through, and Alpaca's getting taken very low. I don't think he's gonna survive. Olaf denies his mid laner that kill, and that's kind of what I was meaning. Like, Gonfeek's obviously probably the most experienced mid laner in this game. Played mid lane for quite a while, quite high elo. I think he's like Diamond 3 or Diamond 4. But he's playing it really clever. Like most people would probably hard push the Orianna into a tower, and from what I've seen whenever I've watched Alpaca play, he's generally sitting underneath this tower where he's quite safe. But he does manage to land the hook. Brafester onto Targa there, chunks him down to about half HP. Targa trying to heal it up. Needs to be a little bit careful because Olaf is walking up. I was hoping for the tower dive. But I mean, Onslaught of Shadows is up, so Hecarim would have been able to get out. But yeah, like I was saying, Gonfeek's a really seasoned mid laner, so he's just freezing the lane in front of his tower. And I mean, I'm expecting to see that Olaf kind of gank that Orianna as much as possible, especially after she blew her flash there, which I felt was a bit unnecessary because she was 100% dead either way. Like, I didn't see her surviving that, so I think a little bit of a misplay from Alpaca there, but yeah. I just find it really interesting how there's so much like focus put on this Orianna pick for both sides. I mean, I suppose it is a takeaway pick because Goon Squad really enjoy playing it, but I kind of feel like you can maybe like not ban the Lucian and just ban that Orianna and like pick up something like an Ahri, something where you are completely safe in the mid lane. And I feel like, I know Ori's like that power pick, like she's gonna land a big shockwave, but I mean in the last kind of 2 games I've watched, I haven't really felt this major presence of the Orianna in both of these games. Meanwhile, Jutron looking to pick up a bit of a brawl here. Miggy does fly in, Jutron gets picked up in the end, but here comes the ulti from Klaxor. I don't know why we're looking at these two right now, I don't know what. A little bit of a Julia. Wow, Vanza gets taken very low. The TP is coming through from Hecarim. Hecarim's going to be able to get this. Oh, wow, he takes too long. Onslaught of Shadows is up. And that's going to be Klaxor flashing away. Meanwhile, Gonfeek's getting taken very low. The Ignite comes down to Klaxor. He's going to die. And amazingly, the Azir survives. And, I mean, I feel like well played by Royalty to kind of turn that around. But also badly played. Because, I mean, I feel like Vanza didn't have to die there. I feel like a little bit of a misplay from Target. He didn't need to waste his ignite on Klax. Klax didn't need to take so much time to get away, which means if he had potentially on sort of shadows killed that AD carry and then turned around, he probably could have actually picked up the Azir as well. But I mean, they are going to be able to maybe pick up a turret from this. No, they're actually going to have to back away. So, I mean, they managed to even out the game a little bit on kills. They're only sitting 1 kill behind now. But, like, they're going to lose top lane turret for that, or are they? Or are they? Brofester, what are you doing, mate? Brofester! Oh, he does get it, but he's going to be a free kill now. Forced to flash away, but that Hecarim is chasing, and, buddy, it feels very bad. But I don't think... Oh, he misses the dredge line, and he's going to be going down for that. Meanwhile, they're trying to collapse onto Vanza. Vanza looking really low, and Azir is just going to slide in there to secure that kill. Meanwhile, in the meantime, Jutron picking up the Ocean Drake. Ocean Drake for me is funny, because I think in this comp, Ocean Drake works really, really well. Because you don't want, with an Azir, a Karma, and a Varus on your side, you don't really want the enemy to be picking up those Ocean Drakes, because I mean, they can just take your poke, walk away, heal up a bit, and then come back right back in. So I really feel like picking up that Ocean Drake is a really, really good move. I mean, if RNG is not on your side and you pick a poke comp and they manage to get 3 Ocean Drakes, you get into a lot of trouble in that game if you're trying to poke them down, because they can literally just ignore all your poke until you're out of mana and then just kind of roll on in there. So... Oh, you were right, dude. Thresh does have 8 more CS. I didn't even pick that up. Oh, meanwhile, Gunfeek's getting caught in the mid lane. He is going to manage to just get away from that, expecting to see maybe the Graves ulti come out just in case. I mean, I don't know exactly how much damage that Graves ulti was going to do. 250, 300 damage. I think he could have potentially killed him with that. So, I mean, maybe it's better to hang on to it, but I was really expecting to see it come out. Meanwhile, Jutron, he's going to be running in. Brofester coming in from the side. Jutron getting taken super low. Klaxor also getting taken super low. And Brofester, is he going to be able to get away from this? Oh no, it's going to be a double kill going over to this Orianna pick. And I don't exactly know what VPX are thinking there, or Goon Squad are thinking there. They just kind of ran in there. Klaxor missed his ulti completely, then still tried to follow up on it. Like, just straight up misplay through and through there. Not much else you can really say about it. I mean, Orianna ulti was down, but their mid laner wasn't there, so they were a man down. And interesting enough, Royalty opting to go for this Rift Herald. I'm really surprised that Goon didn't try and contest this, because they are looking awfully low, and we do see them finally coming through. And the Azir's trying to get a lot of damage down. He might be able to slide on in here and see what he can do. And he slides on the wrong targets. I feel like potentially sliding on maybe the Orianna was a good idea. I mean, she'd have Shockwave up, but... I don't know. I mean, Kiddo doing pretty well, being on the map, hasn't died yet on this Karma. I kind of prefer seeing him playing like an engaging support, like something like an Alistair, or something where he can kind of have a lot more impact on the game, because I feel like he's one of those players where he can find like the perfect engages. I mean, he used to be a jungler, so he's bounced around a lot, but I really feel like he's probably the most well-rounded player here. So I mean, his Alistair in the last time they played each other was monstrous. So the Karma pickup not doing badly for him now, but meanwhile, Targa, he's gonna get snared up. Here comes the Azir. Is he gonna be able to pick this kill up? Yes, he is. I feel like, wow. Meanwhile, Vanza gets completely soloed by Klaxor. In the meanwhile, Dredgeline does land onto Brofester, but he doesn't exactly care. They're gonna drop this ulti. The Orianna Shockwave does come out just to try and secure Kiddo. The Graves missing everything. He's not going to be able to get away from it though, however. Here comes the Azir, looking to see if he can get on the Graves. Graves does still have collateral damage, so they really need to be careful. Meanwhile, Jutron chasing after Garthus. I don't think Garthus is going to be able to get away from this. Going to try to turn the damage around. The Undertow does land. TP coming out from Targa, but I think the last Undertow will do it. And is Targa going to greet for the Olaf? No, he's looking to see if he can maybe turn it around onto Brofest. The Onslaught of Shadows is still up. Is he going to try to turn it on to Gonfi? Because that's the question. He does try to turn it around, but Olaf's going to come back in. Undertow does land, and that's going to be a free kill going across. And really, just scrappy play. I mean, look, Royalty, they're staying in it, but they're fighting without their Oriana. Shockwave used on one person, which didn't even manage to kill the support straight away. Vans are getting soloed at the beginning of that fight by Klaxor. Just like everything going wrong for Royalty. And yeah, they still kind of pursue, like Targa TPing in, trying to look for a 1-for-1 trade, wasting your TP for that, then actually not picking up anything. Now Nautilus is going to have TP advantage. Like, so many mistakes just being made, just at the price of potentially getting one greedy kill. And I mean, it's really damaging the team right now. And I think Royalty just kind of need to swallow their pride and group up together and stop trying to be the hero. Play together and work as a team, because that's all Goon Squad are doing. Like, and they're not even doing it that well at the moment. I mean, neither team. It kind of feels like I'm watching like this solo queue game right now, where the Cecia's popping off and Klaxor's getting these picks he shouldn't be getting, and then the Graves is on the wrong side of the team fight. Like, really, at the moment, like, even when you look at just the gold difference, like, Targa miles behind, obviously because of the 3 towers now. But he had an advantage earlier, and somehow he's managed to lose it. Like, how is the Nautilus out farming him? I don't even understand. Like, Graves has got the same CS as him even. Like, so many surprising things for me. Like, the amount of farm people are even picking up in this game. Like, really, not what I'm expecting to see from, like, SA's best players. Like, just the numbers just aren't coming through. I mean, look at Vans. Vans is sitting on 89 CS. He's 60 CS behind, or 50 CS behind his lane opponent. And oh, meanwhile, TP's gonna come in. Ooh, the dredge line. I mean, the death sentence does land. Meanwhile, Klaxor taking the wrong way through there. He's gonna need a flash out straight away. But Brofester all by himself. He's tanking up so much. But here comes the cavalry. Vanza does drop his ulti, but he gets himself into a really bad position. Ooh, the arrow does come up, but it just managed to miss Jutron. Going to chase up onto that AD carry, but meanwhile Garthus manages to pick up the tank in the back line, but he's also going to go down, and now it's Target versus Jutron. Jutron actually opting out of that, rather going to turn around for the Drake. I don't know, man, like, I feel like Klaxor's like a mastermind here. Like, he must know something better than us, because he just baited them so intensely badly. I'm just in shock. Like, so many things. Like, Klaxor surviving that, getting back over the wall, Onslaught of Shadows not coming through from the Hecarim over the wall to finish off that AD carry. Like, I don't know. I feel like the focus is just a little bit off here. Like, really, like, Klaxor should have died there straight up. Like, that should have been a free fight. Like, if the Hecarim maybe goes over the wall and kills him, he's not going to be able to come back and deal more damage. He's not going to be able to land those arrows from, like, the fog of war. Like, I don't know. It's difficult to say, but I really feel like the focus is a bit split right now. And I'm also not really feeling the pressure of this 3-1-3 Oriana coming out of Royalty. I mean, I know she's getting chased by an Olaf, which is quite difficult to deal with, but we need those shockwaves. Like it's on his shoulders now to carry this game. I mean, your AD carry is going 0 and 5. You're pretty much the only person that's almost close to your laner in terms of gold, or at least you're the only person that's really close to the rest of Goon Squad in terms of gold. You've got to use it. You've got to really try and be that solid carrying force for your team. Meanwhile, we do see Miggy getting caught out. He's going to instantly flash. I feel like the ulti was a little bit unnecessary there from Izia. Maybe potentially throwing out your soldiers, doing a little bit of damage, and then sliding in and trying to make the play. But, I mean, he does get a flash out of Thresh, which they will be able to time. So Thresh should be vulnerable in the next fight. Meanwhile, if we look at the items at the moment, Runan's being finished on Klaxor at the moment. I don't know how much gold he's sitting on at the moment. Sitting on 600, so he just purchased that right now. Which means he's hit a major power spike. So really expecting to see VPX, like, go for the play around Baron now. And Um, I mean, like, Yozia's finished 2 items. He's massive right now. Like, Ekram's only finished 1 tanky item. Doesn't have Triforce. Doesn't look like he's going for Triforce. Oriana's still sitting on just the Morellos. Ooh, here comes the speed up. But again, the Varus ulti misses. And Targa looking to see if he can maybe get a good engage. He's going to get onto one of them. They're going to turn around. Going to do quite a lot of damage to him. Or at least chunk him down to half HP. But really, I feel like more could have maybe been done there. Undertow lands onto 3 members. Oh, Thresh dropping the box, a little bit scared, but they are going to get routed to this tower first, and I feel like Goon Squad get this free tower, and they can rotate straight to Baron, potentially even clip the vision. Meanwhile, Targa wrapping around, he's going to be able to get like basically no one with the onslaught of shadows. This fight looks really, really scrappy. Graves already getting taken super duper low. Jutron onto Alpaca, but he does land the shockwave onto Gonfix, but Miggy's going to get taken out in the background. Jutron getting taken super low. Oh, Kiddo flashes forward, lands the Q in the auto just to kill Vanza. I'm expecting them to get probably an inhibitor and Baron. Like, I'm expecting the greedy play from them. Like, get this inhibitor, go to Baron. The Graves is alive, but you guys have got tons of damage. You should be able to... Ooh, the slide comes through. The ulti from Azir does come out. Garth is going to get picked up for free here, and they could potentially finish the game off this. Oh, no, the respawn time is my bad. They will be able to get to Baron, potentially get this, but they will have to clear the vision, so... Oh. Pause coming through from Goon Squad, but... Whew, quite an intense game. I'm sorry, guys. I actually haven't been casting in quite a while, so I'm a bit rusty at watching these team fights, and the directed camera is appalling, to say the least. I mean, I'm hoping eventually we're going to get to a stage where everybody in SA has all the champs, so I can just press F1, F2, F3 to follow a fight and follow the champions, but because we don't go into champion select in order, it makes it really, really difficult to cast like that. And I mean, I'm not the best at controlling the mouse smoothly, so I'd rather just leave it on directed camera and watch it that way instead. But if we want to look at the gold that everybody's sitting on right now, expecting to see Myzia go back and maybe pick up a needlessly large rod and a amplifying tome. Potentially maybe going for... Let me just look at the magic resists on them. Only 1 magic resist item picked up, so I'm assuming he's going to be heading straight for death cap right about now. I feel like that's a really, really strong item to go for. Klaxor also probably gonna be picking up his Phage and Ruby Crystal. Well, my maths is wrong, but probably pick up a Phage. And I mean, just across the board, like, I'm a little bit confused at how this game is being played out right now. Because Targa's getting in there, he's going in for the flank, but he doesn't have the Oriana ball. Olaf and Nautilus have free reign to just run at the Oriana. She's not landing those like intense ultis. She also doesn't seem to have the farm to be able to land like those massive shockwaves to like turn a fight around. And she's also not getting on the priority targets. Like, yes, she managed to get onto Gonfix there, but he did have a shield on him, so didn't do that much damage. He also the whole entire fight got so split by that Hecarim ulti that, I mean, Oriana was kind of like shooting in the dark to land a really good shockwave there. And I feel like Royalty are almost knocking their head against a wall right now. Like, they need to understand the fact that they need to kite this team. Like, you can't run head on into this team. They've got an Olaf who's going to run head on into you. They've got a Karma to kite back. They've got an Azir to stall. They've got a Nautilus to stall. You really have to like try and peel back and kite this team. That's the only way you're going to really win in the team fights. Yeah, I don't see running into them head on unless you maybe manage to like get like a nice collateral damage as well as a shockwave in there, like with maybe the onslaught of shadows to follow up. Then you can maybe like instantly burst the team down. But other than that, I don't really know. Meanwhile, we're not allowed to actually know if anything's happening here because my game has just now frozen again. Apparently, we just gotta tap the scoreboard and then it fixes. But I mean, that's going to be a free Baron going across. Not really any way to contest without Graves being there. And yeah, I expect to see Goon Squad try and close up this game pretty quick right now. I mean, now with the amount of money that they've managed to pick up, we do see. I was wrong. You see, he picked up a blasting wand, an amplifying tome, and a Doran's ring. So he is going to be going for that void staff. I don't exactly know why, because I mean, Graves has no magic resist, isn't really building towards it. Hecarim does have magic resist, but it's not enough really to be that threatening, in my opinion. So like, I was really expecting him to go back, buy the needlessly large rod, and buy the needlessly large rod and the amplifying tome, and then come in. But like, interestingly enough, like, not enough, in my opinion, not enough red wards from the sides. I'm looking at the sides right now. Everybody's sitting on enough money to buy wards. I mean, we've still got a Doran's shield on the Hecarim. He's not actually buying wards. Ooh, Hecarim does manage to find Gonfix here in the bush. Karma is with him. He's going to be able to maybe turn this around, but Olaf is here. Onslaught of Shadow is going to come out. Gonfix in a lot of trouble, but he's just going to dash on through there, and Targa... Oh, poor Targa. It's painful to watch, buddy, but you're going to go down, not managing to get there in time to get the lantern. And yeah, I feel like Dragon spawning in 42, that's not going to be that big, but they are going to be able to get the free tower in the bot lane now. But I'm expecting to see Gonfix go back, or he's just going to wait for the Ocean Drakes kind of to keep him alive, and to regen his health there. But yeah, like I said, there's only 2 people with red wards right now. I feel like that's a bit of a misplay. Like, you've got 2 Dorans on your Nautilus. He could have sold those and bought 2. You got 1 Dorans on your Azir. He could have bought 1. Like, really needed to get those red wards down here, because I mean, if they manage to get enough red wards down and clear the vision, like, there's nothing that Royalty are going to be able to do. TP coming out onto the turret. Yeah. I don't know about that, eh? I'm sorry, that... Is he trolling? Why would he TP to the turret? He could just run there. He's a Hecarim. Maybe he was looking for that quick TP charge in, but he didn't do it, so... Like... I don't exactly know. And now they're just gonna sit under the tower and get poked down. I mean, they can't really go for this. Expecting to see maybe Brafest to try land hook. It is dangerous to dive this comp, with the Thresh and the Orianna, but they are looking to do it. And oh, here we go. Target getting hooked up here. He's getting taken down to about half health, but Brafest also being taken really, really low. Chains of Corruption comes up, misses. Brafest is gonna go down here. Jutron getting taken very low, and this looks like it's gonna be a really failed dive. Targa manages to get in there with the Onslaught of Shadows, getting taken very low. He's gonna fall. Meanwhile, Shockwave does come out, doesn't actually connect onto really anybody, and oh, Kiddo flashing forward. Gonfix still alive. Is here gonna push him into the base. Does get hooked by the death sentence though. That's gonna be him falling as well. This is gonna be an ace. And wow, what a misplay coming out of VPX. Oh, VXP, sorry. Oh, only picking up 2 kills in the end there. I don't exactly know what went on, but like, so much stuff that could have gone differently. I mean, wow. I don't have really any words. I just kind of dived after that when it was kind of unnecessary. I mean, they're far enough ahead, but there's not really much royalty can get from it. But that was kind of painful to watch. I mean, you do so well, you show so much restraint, you play so well to get the tower, and then afterwards you just kind of go balls deep and just like do that. Like, I don't know, I don't really think there's any chance of royalty coming in, but I think they could have finished the game there if they had played that correctly. Also, it must be noted, Klax's Chains of Corruptions have been absolutely awful this game. I think I've seen him land 1. If even that, he might have not hit a single one so far. But we do see another Ocean Drake going over to VPX. And I mean, a VXP. Why would you call yourself VXP, man? VPX sounds so much better. I mean, that's going to seal the deal. Like for me, even with one Ocean Drake, now they shouldn't hard engage. They should poke. maybe have a little scuffle if they can, without committing too many ultis, without like going completely ham, and then back off. Let yourselves heal up a bit. Like that's the ideal way to play this with those two ocean drakes. Like I don't know. I'm confused. Like Nautilus is split pushing mid. Like he should be already in the top side, making sure they don't catch this wave. They should be stopping them from catching the wave. Maybe they're waiting for the lane priority, but like they can still just stay there and wait and wave clear for now. Oh, Death Sentence lands again onto Kiddo, but it must be said, Miggy's Death Sentence have been absolutely fucking on point, man. He's landed some really clutch hooks, and I kind of feel bad for him. He's been playing really well, but there's not exactly much he can do in this game. Like, you know, they're gonna try and brute force down this inhibitor. Azir not yet. Wow, change of corruptions finally land onto someone. Target getting taken really low, but all the shields keeping him at half health. Klaxor needs to be attacking that inhibitor right now. Meanwhile, Brafest are getting taken very low. Azir has finally joined the party. And Onslaught of Shadows is going to come through. There goes the collateral damage, but here comes the redemption. Going to just keep them alive. Kiddo manages to pick up one. There comes a shockwave. Gets Azir very low. 80 carry has gone down for royalty. Meanwhile, Miggy getting caught out. Here comes the undertow. Oh, another Death Sentence dance. Can they turn around into the Olaf? Oriana's Q just thrown off a little bit wide. Feel like she should have picked up that kill, man. Garthus, is this your time? Is it your time to shine? You've got the flash, and he flashes in. Oh, the shield comes through, denies the kill. That's gotta feel bad, man. And yeah, Goon squad, all on really low HP, but must be said, dominating performance from them. And yeah, interesting. I never really felt the presence of anybody in this game. Like, Jutron did work, there was some good TPs, but generally it just felt like Vanza was non-existent, playing an 80 carry that I feel like he should just hide this game. Like, take this recording, never look at it again. Like, never play it. Well, not never play the champion again, but put some more hours in on the champion before you decide to play it again, because like it was a rough game for him, man. Like, no lies. Like, maybe go back to the Ashe that you've been playing so much. Or maybe grab the Caitlyn or something, like move on to those kind of champions. But anyway, that's going to be game one. There's going to be another game coming through now. I'm just waiting for the invite. And I do believe we will be seeing potentially Psychedelia coming in for Alpaca. Unless Alpaca is going to move into the top lane, I'm not entirely sure. But like, I'm also a little bit confused. Like, Royalty have found this, like, they've been doing really well with this Vladimir pick in the top lane, and Target's been doing such amazing work playing this champion, and he's always managing to get ahead. He's always managing to be that threat. And now they slap him on like a heck room. Like, it just doesn't feel right. Like, I feel like they needed something else other than the hacker. Because I also feel like it felt like he was rusty. Like, he wasn't playing to his full potential. He was missing out on free kills. He was misplaying. Like, he was getting out farmed. Like, small things like that. Like, I feel like after he gets that kill, he never really wins the lane against Nautilus. Like, unless you shit stomp the Nautilus into the ground, you never really win the lane. And I never saw Garthus ganking top. Like, I never actually really saw Garthus ganking anywhere. So, I mean, interesting games, but I don't exactly know what to say. I'm expecting to see Azir getting banned this game and Oriana getting first picked again. Yeah, but it actually doesn't look like Psychedelia is going to be playing, which is unfortunate because I was really looking forward to casting a Psycho Victor game. But yeah. Anyway, boys, I'm gonna put some music on, and I'm just gonna go to the bathroom very, very quickly because I need to wee. Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody. It looks like we are going to be going into game 2 right away. And I don't expect to see many bans changing, coming from royalty or, well, I do actually. I expect to see them ban Azir this game. He was a major problem last game, which means we'll most probably
I
see,
recommend skipping.
um, Interesting when you ban the Lulu, but I mean, I suppose they don't exactly want it. Kiddo doesn't seem to be the prolific Lulu player. And they're banning Gragas as well. Like, I don't know. It just feels weird. Like for me, I'm I don't know what they're gonna ban last. But I would ban the Orianna right now, and I wouldn't because they're probably gonna first pick the Orianna. They're gonna ban the Fiora, so there's no split pushing here for Targa. So those are gonna be their 3 bans right now, and I mean, expecting to see Targa switching on to the Vladimir maybe again. If Royalty are intelligent now, they ban Azir, and I'm assuming VPX first pick Orianna. I mean, I feel like that's a big mistake. Unless Psycho can deal with that Azir, for me that's a massive mistake. Like, Azir at the end of I mean, he maybe might not have felt like such a major threat that game, but he was super far ahead. He won his lane. Like, I think if he had just been a little bit more involved with the team, potentially the game would have been a lot easier for them. So like, I mean, he hasn't played with the team for a while. So I mean, maybe he gets a little bit better after the first game, and now you leave it open. So it's risky for me, but at the same time as well, I mean, a different mid laner now, like, potentially leave it open, give Psycho the opportunity to counterpick. Like, or I don't know, I suppose you're giving Targa the opportunity to counterpick. Like, they're all gonna pick the Zac. Okay, the Zac. Olaf maybe coming through from Garthus. I know he likes to play it as well. Now that the Gragas is banned, maybe even Rek'Sai, but Zac does kind of trump Rek'Sai. So, like, with Nautilus banned and Fiora banned, we're probably gonna maybe see Camille coming out of Targa. I'm not sure. Targa plays like the most random shit, so we maybe see Camille, maybe see Vlad. Hopefully we don't see Hecarim again because maybe I don't know. Like I didn't feel like I felt like the Hecarim was kind of like nothingy that game. Like, I'm not sure. Like, I'm wondering what Garthus is gonna pick as well. Yeah, the Ori is open, so why? Like, so we're gonna have the Ori. We're probably gonna have the Ori Azir matchup again. In my opinion, it's a bit of a mistake to pick your mid laner again early, but I mean, Zac's already picked. What are you gonna hold on to here? Are you gonna go Rengar? They could have literally gone Rengar Ori. I mean, Garthus is actually a really good Rengar player, so potentially they could have gone Rengar Ori, and that for me would have been a really, really strong like opening pickup if you really want to give away your mid laner that much. But like, Nami is kind of like, oh, we don't really want to show what we're picking, but we go Nami Ori, and like, now they're just gonna counterpick you. Like, I don't know, man. They could have at least even gone like Nami Rengar or Nami Olaf, or. And also now the question remains, like, Nautilus is gone, so now you're gonna first pick Nami, and you don't have another tank. Like Nami Lucian is a really, really strong lane. But I mean, Thresh Ashe, not so bad. Thresh Israel, not so bad. But like, I don't know. It's really hard to call these games, guys. Sorry if I seem a bit frustrated. Okay, now we're gonna play Graves again. Hopefully we're gonna see more pressure and more presence from Garthus this game. Like, I just feel like the guy is decent. Oh, please do it. Please let us see the Rammus. Oh no, but Shen is open, so I mean, like, this is Goon Squad in a nutshell. I was surprised we didn't see it banned or picked last game. But Hecarim is pretty strong into Shen, but like, now we have a Shen coming into the equation, so, and an Ashe. So like, Goon Squad basically got all their picks that they wanted. I think I don't actually like the Galio over the Shen. I think the Shen is way stronger because I mean then Targa can't play it, but Targa might be able to play the Galio maybe now. I don't know how many hours he's put on it, but like I prefer the Ash as well. Like these sudden last minute changes. Look if like I feel like the Ash is better. Like Ash ulti into the Zac. Wow, just not even to finish my sentence. Can you imagine how potent that's gonna be when we get to the new Zac? Ash ulti, Zac jumps in, pulls you back. Oh, cheers, mate. And it is gonna be the Vladimir. So, I mean, we got a double, but we got like the Yorick. The Yorick. Is it time to see the fabled Yorick again? I mean, I can feel this one. I can at least feel this one. Yorick should stomp Shen. Targa's Yorick is very good. I mean, the last time I saw him playing it, he was literally standing in Goon Squad's base, basically like soloing turrets. But I do think he's probably gonna go with the Vlad. They've played it recently a lot, and I mean he's gonna be a threat. But like from what I saw last game, they don't seem to be very good at getting like this disengage off. So I mean, potentially they're gonna struggle, especially with the massive engage from Zac, Azir, Shen. I mean, I know Shen's not as really like as hard like on the engage, or not included in that so badly, but like, I mean, stand united onto the Zac. He lands in nice 4-man taunt or like 2-man taunt. Azir to follow it up. Like everyone is squishy on Goon Squad for me. I mean, on Royalty for me, and Azir's gonna have a field day late game. Like, I really feel like Azir's going to be an absolute monster in this game again, like he was last game. So maybe Psycho can deal with it, but I just feel like the association with what was the problem is wrong. Like, what is going on? Why is my thing making such a lot of noise? I just like in the lane matchup, Targa gets ahead. He still manages to lose out on his lead because he struggles to CS against the Nautilus. Brafester pulls ahead because Brafester actually does CS. And Brafester just waits until late game and becomes relevant. Now, Targa plays Hecarim full tank instead of kind of going the carry-ish build. And like he also like he has no impact really. Like sure he jumps and he kind of knocks them around, like he stalls the fights, but it's not doing that really that much in those fights. Like and now now we have him on Vlad, which I totally agree with, but why not ban, like if you're playing Vlad, then you don't need to ban the Nautilus, and you can rather ban the Azir. So like it's very very like touch and go. Like I'm very confused by what everybody's like how these guys are drafting and what they're planning. Like I don't know. I just feel like maybe this game's not going to be as clean cut because if Vladimir does get going and gets on the back line, there's not too much to deal with him. Oh wait, but there's an Azir to knock him back. So like his pool has to be timed pitch perfect, and I don't know. I don't feel the Ori. Like maybe even like the shields are nice, but maybe Ori Karma, yeah, but Ori Nami not so much. I mean like that Karma Vladimir comp also really good. I feel like the Vladimir was like a last minute decision and that's why it's in here, which I can kind of agree with. But like, don't pick the Nami early. Like you saw them pick the Zac. Grab the Graves. Why are you waiting to pick the Graves? So many questions that I don't honestly have the answer to. But I'm gonna put music on for the next 30 seconds, and you guys can think about it. I'm gonna see if potentially I have anybody else to cast with me. Because yeah, these games at the moment are a bit slow. To a point, and then they just kind of explode. So the beginning I might be a bit slow with the casting, so we'll have to just see. But anyway, but thanks for the 5 viewers or 6 viewers that have tuned in. I do appreciate the support a lot. And I'm sorry I didn't advertise this game better, but like I said, I was just given the game like at about 5. I mean at about 4 or something. So yeah, we are gonna go straight into the game, but I'm putting some music while we load.
I place my dreams among the stars while I'm standing on the pavement, spinning around, lost and found, just trying to make a statement. Lift the weight off my shoulders, set me free. With the birds in the sky is where I'd like to be. Without gravity to hold us down, together we're the side of the ground.
Alrighty, let's put a pause to the music. Pretty standard start. Do see target going in, trying to get that deep ward down. Gonna see if he can get a little bit of damage off onto the Shen as he walks across here. I think Shen actually wins the early trade. Ooh, they are gonna walk into each other. Vlad managing to kite enough not to get hit there, so he does deal the first bit of blood. Yeah, that was terrible. Sorry, not even a funny joke. Royalty looking to get the cheese off in the bot lane, but meanwhile Zac will be getting a little bit of help, and mirror matchup in the mid lane again, but different mid laners this time. So let's see if Psycho is the winning factor. Well, Psycho getting harassed quite heavily under tower early game. Mizia maybe playing with a little bit more confidence this time around. Well, Graves will be picking up his red buff and walking across. Oof, taking more harass on the tower. Zia playing really aggressively at the moment. Got a 2 CS advantage. Gonna be interesting to see how bot lane performs this time around, because Van kind of on one of his more... Ooh, the death sentence does land. Van's are stuck in a whole bunch of traps. He's gonna get taken very low. Klaxor, unlucky he didn't have that next crit up there, but really well played there by Kiddo. Good death sentence landing, and wondering why Kiddo is not playing with that skin, but no, I know he's got the red thresh skin, but maybe they're trying to match in colors this time, both green. Color coordination is key. We do see the first Drake is an Infernal Drake, so hopefully we're going to see some action around that Infernal early. Meanwhile, we see Vlad doing really well at just kind of pushing Browfest to offer the CS. Yeah. Now, for me, this game, Zac can't really do much to Vlad, but I feel like I want to see his pressure early. And we do see Graves getting a cheeky ward off, but I don't know, has it been spotted? Yes, it was spotted by Geotron, so yeah. Death Sentence just short of Van. Van really slow to react to that. Bubble does land onto Klax. Ignite comes through. Here comes Garthus. He's going to be able to pick up a free kill. Flashes through. They're going to see if they can... but Kiddo, the bloodthirsty support, he manages to get one. Jutron a bit late to the party, but it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Definitely in favor of Royalty. I think Garthus heard me. Here it comes. The Garthus carry. Jutron charging up. He's going to look to see if he can get in. Doesn't actually jump far enough yet. He's only level 4. Kiddo getting taken quite low there, down to about 200 HP. He's gonna need to leave. But yeah, Garthus really needs to kind of take a foothold. I feel like if a jungler decides to really like make a statement in one of these games, that'll kind of be the winning factor, because last game kind of felt like he was non-existent. Like, I really feel like of the two junglers, potentially Garthus has the better playmaking ability. I just think maybe Jutron plays a little bit better around his team later. But early game, like, if Garthus can get his team ahead, I mean, like, the one game I have seen them win was all on Garthus' Elise, so you have to see if he can make something happen like that again. Well, we do see a massive CS discrepancy in the top lane. Shen just getting absolutely bullied non-stop, not being able to really get much of a CS at the moment. Almost a solid 15 behind so far, so yeah, I think he's going to be really struggling this game. But I mean, expecting to see someone come top and make a point of this. Like, Target is ahead, he's going to be able to stay ahead. Like, maybe come and dive the Shen, like put this Shen in a position where he has to die in order to stay in lane, kind of thing. Like get Target to the point where Target can carry the game, or like in hindsight, like go give Shen some help, like let him get some CS, let him get relieve some pressure, if that makes sense. Wow, it took me so long to find that word that I was looking for there. Meanwhile, we do see Jutron finding Garthus in the river. Azir is following up. He gets the slide through, but I don't know if Garthus is going to survive it. I do think he does in the end. Here comes the ulti, but the blobs are up. One smite. The TP's coming through. Targa running down. He's going to be able to see if he can pick it up. Wow, what a flash taunt. He managed to get Garthus. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Death Sentence lands onto Alpaca. Alpaca getting taken very low. The auto does come through. Thresh manages to finish it off with the empowered auto. Here comes Psycho. Can they get Brofest? He's hungry for it. He's ghosted. And it's just going to be a 1-for-1 exchange. Both of the junglers going down. Targa does have flash. I think he's looking for the play here. He might be. He's already used his Hemoplague. So, yeah, a lot happening there. Kiddo being the determining factor in the bot lane, and really this Thresh of his already on 2 kills. I mean, is Klax with the carry? I'm a bit confused right now. Meanwhile, Psycho, he really wants that redwood, but they're really not gonna let you get it, buddy. And here comes the next fight. Psycho's low on mana. Jutron's going to be able to pick this up easily, but Psycho's in a lot of trouble. He's getting caught, but here comes Garthus. Kiddo's getting taken very low, forced to flash away. He will fall. Psycho picks up the kill. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Klaxor getting punished for being pushed up without his support. And yeah, Psycho 101 already. Very low, looking good. Please don't die to the dragon, buddy. But yeah, in first Infernal Drake going across over to Royalty, and this is what I mean. Garthus already being involved in 3 kills. Like he's taking control of the game, and that's what we need to see. You know, like we need a jungler to do that. And if anybody's gonna beat Goon Squad, I mean, that's how you're gonna do it. Sorry about that, guys. Don't mean to be rude. We see Garthus sitting bot a lot. I mean, he's got a lot of XP. Meanwhile, Culling does come out from Vans. The kid is just going to tank it all up. A little bit of BM with the mastery there, denying him that last creep. And yeah, I mean, the mid laners, already in the previous game, there was quite a bit of a gold difference already. And right now we're looking at it like Jutron behind. Brafester behind. Klaxor's behind. Like everybody except for Kiddo basically behind. And obviously Mizia, just slightly, but I mean, we're gonna call it even in the mid lane. It's only about, like 100 gold, 90 gold, not even. About 100 gold, yeah. So, yeah, a brilliant start coming through for Goon Squad, but they are, I think, gonna lose the spot turret. I can't exactly see its HP just yet. No, it's actually gonna survive. Potentially the dive maybe coming in, the TP coming in from Targa, and Klaxor takes the lantern at the worst time. He's gonna fall for that. That's gonna be a 2 for nothing. And wow, scumbag Kiddo with the lantern. I mean, Targa was never ever going for him. I felt like Klaxor potentially could have gotten out there, but made a mistake, and Royalty is starting to run away with this game right now. Meanwhile, Azir going in, puts it right on for Jutron. Jutron lands beautifully. He's gonna let bounce after it. Psycho's gonna die, and that's gonna be Gonfix picking up a kill. Will they? I mean, first tower going across over to Royalties, so they're sitting with a comfortable 2k gold advantage right now at 10 minutes, and they've already picked up one Infernal Drake, so good for them. Meanwhile, we do see another Infernal's gonna spawn next, so really, really, really important. I mean, for me, in my personal opinion, if Goon Squad managed to miss out on all of these Infernal Drakes against Vladimir and an Orianna, they're gonna be in a lot of trouble. So we do see Gonfix picking up the mid turret, opening up the map a little bit for him. And what I'm excited to see is I'm really interested to see that bot lane has already been opened up, and now for me, I'm expecting to see Vans and them kind of actually staying in the bot lane. Klaxor does get caught by the Orianna ulti. Really well played. Shen ulti does come through. They're going to try to turn around onto Vanza. Here comes the taunt. Vanza getting taken very low, and he gets a little bit too greedy. Meanwhile, Kiddo, is Psycho going to be able to get him? He just survives that last auto, but we do see Gonfix coming down. Azir's going to be walking straight into Graves, and Graves dashing over the wall, getting chunked down to about half HP, but Nami is there to try and assist. Shockwave is down, but collateral damage is up. Collateral damage does come out. Klaxor gets taken very, very low. The taunt does land onto Psycho. He's barely survived that. Meanwhile, Jutron trying to stop Targa's persistent pushing in the top lane. A little bit of a laugh spam there. It must be said, a lot of people surviving on very, very, very low HP here. But I do think Goon Squad gonna be able to pick up this turret here. Meanwhile, Jutron and Kiddo, I don't know what exactly they intend to do here. Death Sentence does land onto Targa, but I think Targa can win this pretty easily. Does drop the Hemo Plague. Let's bounce, gets popped onto Targa, and he's just gonna laugh it off. He manages to get one ulti out. Did have to pop the Hemo Plague, but I mean, he's got all the pressure. Meanwhile, Psycho and Gonfix kind of having a little bit of a Mexican standoff in the bot lane. Klaxor rotating into the mid lane. Targa should be able to secure this turret now, but I actually feel like Targa should probably just be taking those elastic slingshots. Ooh, does he have flash? Jutron doesn't have passive up right now. He does have passive up right now. Never mind. Meanwhile, we do see Nami walking up. She's going to be looking to see what she can do. Jutron going in, balls deep. Vanza's dashing over the wall. He's committing so deep. Death Sentence does land. He's making it easy for them. Flashes over. Shen lands a brilliant taunt. He's going to pick up one. Is he going to pick up two? No. Vladimir's going to have to go down. Garth is in a lot of trouble. Stands on a trap. But Klaxor misses the net. So many mistakes being made, and really I felt like Garthus should have been a dead man there. Meanwhile, Shen looking to see what he can do. Psycho has ghosted up. They are going to go straight in onto him. Death Sentence does land. Orianna Shockwave comes out. Psycho gets taken low, lands on a trap. Vladimir diving onto the Caitlyn. Can Klaxor pick it up? In the meantime, I didn't actually notice Kiddo did actually go down there. Klaxor getting taken very low. This Vladimir chasing after Brafester. But here comes Azir. and no, a little bit anticlimactic. Azir very, very slow on the rotate here. Psycho doing a lot of work. I mean, he did die there, but managed to pick up the double kill. 4-2-2 Oriana. I don't exactly know. I feel like there's a big difference in terms of mid laners when Psycho plays and when Alpaca plays. I mean, Psycho's a very confidence-driven player. I don't know too much about Alpaca in terms of mid lane, but I do feel like he tends to play very, very safe and doesn't really take a lot of risks, whereas Psycho does tend to play a little bit more risky, but if he gets ahead, he can sometimes completely control the tempo of a game. And I mean, he's making good progress at the moment, and he's trying to get everywhere he can be. So he's doing really well. Falling a little bit behind does land a lot of good damage down onto Gunfix, but needs to be careful that he doesn't get it turned around to him. Second Infernal already down to about 2,000 HP, but here comes the Zac with the Stand United. It's going to be a smite fight. It does go over to Garthus, but he's getting taken very, very low. Culling does come out. Shockwave managed to land onto two people. Targa coming in with the Hemoplague. Jutron's going to flash out. I don't know why he is going to fall. Are they going to pick up Targa? This is the question. Oh, the taunt just doesn't land. Targa's still alive. Death Sentence misses. Here comes the flash. Wow, so much being committed onto Targa. He's going to look to see if he can execute. Oh, Gunfix going to get the auto off. That's going to be Targa going down. And somehow, Goon Squad managed to come out there kind of winners. But at the end of the day, the Infernal Drake still went over to Royalty. And with their team comp, I'm just going to be the one that says, like, I feel like it's worth, like, that Infernal. I mean, Zac died. Zac died. Okay, cool. So they basically traded one for a lot. But I mean, I feel like the Infernal Drake on Vlad and is going to be massive. I'm very impressed by the fact that Brofester hasn't died yet, and neither has the Azir. Azir skates around on quite low HP. But hasn't quite yet fallen. Psycho did get caught out there in the end of that fight, so he went down. And I mean, it's gonna be a difficult game to call because if Vladimir does manage to get onto the Azir, I feel like this game could be over very quickly. If the Vladimir gets onto the backline, because I'm expecting to see Brofester using his ult very aggressively and less reactively. So, oh, pause does come out. Tons of banter in the chat. But across the board, we do see Caitlyn already picking up that Executioner's calling. This is something that is very important to note, because Azir does not have Morellos. Although a lot of people don't often build Morellos on Azir because you don't want to max out on your CDR straight away. I don't think it's a bad build for him to get the Morellos, but I mean, expecting to see Targa diving more so onto the Caitlyn than the Azir. So good pickup from Klaxor early. Klax is winning in the farm game at the moment, ahead of Vanza. We do see the pause has come off. But yeah, Garth is doing a lot of work for his team right now. And I think he really, really just needs to keep it up. We do see Royalty looking to go get some aggressive wards, and they are going to walk up into Kiddo. Kiddo might be in quite a lot of trouble here. Klaxor is walking up. Stand United is up. Are they going to use it? Is it up? It is up. They're not going to actually use it. Ooh, the Taunt Flash misses. Garthus looking to see if he can maybe turn this around. Gets taken very low, and they're going to walk away with a free kill here. Stand United not even used on the Thresh. I'm very interested as to why it didn't come through for the Thresh. I think if they managed to store that out, they could have definitely won that. Oh, meanwhile, Alpaca getting taken very, very low by Azir. And Target doing what Target does best, and that is farming in the bot. Well, farming in the bot lane might be a bit of a push because he doesn't exactly farm very well, but farming when there's no enemy champion there, now that's something Target's good at doing. So he's gonna just see if he can split push and be a nuisance. Oh, meanwhile, Azir dashing in there, Psycho forced to flash. Wow! That pop! Without even the Thunderlords, that was intense. That must have been about 400 damage onto Psycho. Gets chunked very hard, forced to flash away, and that will be a flashless Oriona. Meanwhile, Klaxor going very aggressive onto Vanza. Oh, the elastic slingshot doesn't land. Klaxor walking forward, and must be said, should have picked up that kill. Meanwhile, Azir left to defend bot lane alone. They are going to look to see if they can potentially trade this for the turret in the top lane, but they need to be careful because Vladimir does flash in, gets predicted, gets knocked away. Hemoplay's going to come out, he's going to dive. I think Azir can finish this off. Oh, Target just survived. I mean, that was a close fight. Target is looking to TP away. Is he going to get away? Zac sees him, just gets away. Unfortunate. But they are going to trade tower for a tower, and tower's going to be even on 3 each, but the question remains that I haven't looked at. Boys, it's triple infernal. Is it royalty's time to shine? Is RNG in their favor enough that they can get this game due to the triple infernals? I mean, I'm not saying that's the only reason they're winning. There is a big part of this draft that is actually working out for them right now. And they are ahead in... Well, let's put it this way. There's gold on the champion that matters right now, that being the Vladimir, in my opinion. So, if they manage to get this other Infernal, like, it's going to get to the point where Goon Squad just can't fight them. And they're going to have to look for the perfect fight, because that Vladimir is already looking to be quite a bit of a problem. So Drake spawning in a minute, Baron spawning in 8 seconds. I don't think we're going to see a 20-minute Baron. Oh no, I thought the game froze because Nami was standing still. But she's actually just going to go with Gothis. He's going to step on a trap. We do see that they have already picked up Scuttle a little bit early because it is going to dice in. Oof, death sentence almost landed. Oh, Alpaca gets caught out. Really good flash. Gonna come out tons of damage. Oh, Alpaca actually like misplays. He stays. He gets taken out by Gonfix. And that Azir damage is ridiculous. Like, that's gonna be Nami going down. Vladimir has to head top to stop the Shen split pushing, and I mean they're gonna cut the wave in the mid lane. They're gonna see if they can get pressure. Maybe try and make a play for this turret. Looks like Garth is looking to see if he can get onto Gonfix. Gonfix already forced to flash away. He's gonna probably go down here, and he will be going down. And yeah. Oh, but I didn't notice they were doing the Infernal Drake. Oh lol. Jutron fails to get over the wall. He's in a bit of trouble fighting there. Meanwhile, Psycho gets caught out. Shockwave comes out onto Klaxor. Klaxor gets the Shen ulti. Shen gonna be able to save him. Here comes the Nami tidal wave. Oh, but the death sentence lands. And now he flash flays. Kiddo, are you kidding me? Inhuman reactions, dude. What a beast. Sorry, I had to make the Anders reference. For all you CSGO players out there. And yeah, I mean, I gotta hype this game up somewhere. But Vlad, split pushing again. Potentially could have... No, he couldn't have TP'd because he didn't have TP. My bad. But I mean, playing the wrong side of the map. It's a big problem. You can't afford to play the wrong side of the map. Gives up the triple infernal. I felt like if they got the triple infernal, they straight up win. Psycho getting caught out, but this Azir. Whew, they can be lucky that Azir was not in that fight, because Gonfix is an absolute monster this game. Even denies his Jungle of the Wolves. What a scumbag. You know, you see Vanza coming to take the red buff. See now, for me, I mean, I suppose it's a 1-2-2 Lucian. He did have red buff up, but I feel like keep it on your Graves. Your Graves is doing so much work. He's He's dueling with them. He's in their faces. He's probably done more damage than the Lucian already so far, but it's more the fact that he's sticking to them. He's making himself a nuisance, and he really needs to be this game. So maybe stick with that. Like everybody just kind of like taxing Garthus right now. Meanwhile, they're gonna have this fight, epic battle for the red ward. Pick up the red ward. Oh, Gunfix walks straight into Vladimir, forced to get away, expecting collateral damage. Like drop the collateral damage, put it in there. Target got the flash. Is he gonna go in for it? Force the Baron, guys. Clear the Baron. Get your Baron pressure. Expectancy royalty. Try and make a play around Baron right now. Will they do it? Will they pull the trigger? Gonfix starting to heal up. Slowly, slowly. Ooh, meanwhile, Jutron gets tagged. This is the time you go for the play. Mexican standoff in the mid lane, guys. Klaxor might get caught out here. Force use blade. Ooh, I was expecting to see Gonfix go in there for the big drift. Big drift into ulti, but the Shurima shuffle wasn't there, and they're gonna give up a free tower, but they have started the Baron. Baron for inhibitor. That's gonna be the play right now. And are they gonna be able to get the inhibitor? Oh, game's frozen. They're not gonna be able to get the inhibitor. Target is TPing. He's gonna see if he can stop them. This might actually be the play of the game right now. They're not gonna be able to stop him, or are they? Inhibitor, free inhibitor for Drake. Oh, Gonfix fails his ulti. He's gonna die for that. Or does he? No, he doesn't. But here it comes, the turnaround. They're gonna be able to pick up Klaxor. The shockwave was good. Oh, double kill going over to Targa. I don't know if it was worth it, man. And I mean, like, they needed to get out there as soon as possible. Azir still hasn't recalled yet, which means I feel like they're just going to trade inhibitors now. Like, are they going to be able to do enough to stop them getting this inhibitor? Azir's wall is down. I don't even know what the wall is called. Emperor's Divide. My bad. I haven't seen an Azir in that long. Sorry, I wasn't expecting so much action to happen. Like, I didn't even, like, kind of play-by-play that. It's just, like, out of nowhere. Orianna lands a beast ulti, and Vlad just makes the play. And, I mean, Targa just, getting absolutely devoured by that Azir. Expecting the 3-1-3, the 3-1-3. Whew, 7 players again. 1-3-1, let's go. I mean, Vladimir uses TP, so maybe that's not effective, because Shen has TP and, like Shen's got TP and Stand United. Well, he doesn't have Stand United because he just used it, so he's got the TP advantage. Wow, I'm just like a bundle of misinformation right now. Meanwhile, Azir's stopping to play a little bit of checkers. Chinese checkers, I think it is. Yeah, we gotta see, because like, that fight was all Targa. Like, I don't know where Vans has been in these games today. Like, either he's been, like, gray screened and he's dead, or, like, he's been farming or something, because he's been on 1-2-2 for a very long time. So, I mean, we just picked up a whole bunch of viewers, so, I mean, there's still 3 minutes in this game. Maybe Royalty got the fight they won and they won this game. I mean, it is possible. Oh, Targa is looking. He does get hooked by the death sentence. Here comes the Azir. Pool is down. Oh, Shockwave lands onto just the support. Oh, here comes the flash. Oh, Psycho forced to flash away. Meanwhile, Vladimir gonna take away the red buff. Guys, this game, it's teetering on the edge of a knife. And Goon Squad gonna be giving up this Drake. Oh, they're gonna give up this Drake. It's a fly play. Is Azir gonna be able to cut them off though? Are they gonna clear the vision? Jutron gets over the vision. Gonfix can be the man. Walk forward. If Gonfix gets into this position now, they get this turret for free. But they're gonna play it safe, and I feel like that's a little bit of a misplay. Oh, here comes the Nami tidal wave. It's super slow. Meanwhile, oh, so much damage being dealt. Targa running in, does manage to get the Hemoplague off. He's just going to get taken out. I don't know if he lagged out or something there, but it really felt like way too forced. Meanwhile, their Baron buff has gone down. That's one big ulti. Shockwave comes out. Flash from Klaxor. Very quick reactions. Oh, Jutron flies in. Here comes Gonfix. What a good slide and drag. He's got one. Does he get out? Does get to flash away. Goth is getting hooked up. He's getting taken very low. Shen is unstoppable. Vanza. Oh, forced to flash away. Jutron's on him though. The elastic punch comes through. There's the taunt. Vanza's gonna be going down. And are they gonna go mid and end? Mid and finish, potentially. Oh, the TP comes through from Brafester. Are they gonna be able to do it? That's the question. It all depends on whether the killer gets this death sentence, but it's looking like it's pretty much over. Target comes in. Oh, the puddle comes through. Are they gonna be able to finish? They do get the charm. I mean the taunt. Why do I keep saying charm? I think Goon Squad have got this and the game's over. Wow. Well played, Goon Squad. I was surprised by the turnaround, like, but that's going to be game going over to Goon Squad, and really, I don't know, like, Targa was the hero in this game, and then at the end, he wasn't. At the end, he was the fool. Like, he walked forward by himself, went for the Hemoplague, didn't even use Zonya's, got straight up killed, and that was game. Like, that was the problem with this team comp. Like, you had to get the perfect fights, you had to get the perfect Orion Shockwaves. They weren't there, and Goon Squad walk away with the game. Like, out of the flow of play. Like, the flow of play was completely in Royalty's favor, and it must be said, I mean, choosing to go for that inhibitor instead of, and giving up the free Baron wasn't the ideal play, but it ended up working in the end for them because that lane got, like, they cut the wave, they managed to get priority because no one met that wave. That wave pushed into the base, someone had to deal with it, they got the fight they wanted top lane because Targa kind of just ran in and like entered, like, to get his Hemoplague off, didn't manage to get his pull down when he needed to, and just straight up died for it, and, like, I don't know, it feels unfortunate. I felt like Royalty really had the play of the game here, and in the last 5 minutes of the game, they just threw it. So, there's not much else that can be said. I mean, we can look at the damage graphs, which I'm quite interested to see if it does let me open it. Advanced details, graph. We're gonna look at the damage graph, and I mean, look at that. Like, a 27k dealt by Azir, like, no one else is even close. Like, Vladimir did a lot of damage. Graves did a lot of damage. Like, it must be said if that Azir wasn't there, I think Goon Squad take the game. I mean, I think Royalty maybe win the game. But anyway, thanks guys for watching. I can only speculate that if the Azir wasn't there, maybe they win. But I do feel like they're potentially through that game. And yeah, Goon Squad still kind of remain undefeated in matches. Well, kind of remain undefeated in matches. They've only dropped one game so far from what I know. And they continue to dominate. So it seems like Killer's boys are just still too cool. And one day maybe someone's going to join the Cool Kids Club. But that day isn't today. So thank you guys for watching. Yeah, I know I keep apologizing that my cast is so bad, but like, I'm hoping one day my casts improve. You never know, maybe you'll see me at MSI casting one day, but I doubt it. So thanks for watching. The games are good, and yeah, I don't know when I'll be casting again next. I don't know. I do know Energy Esports play against Baboon Squad tomorrow on Monday. I don't know if anybody's going to be casting that game. I don't think many people will be interested in watching, but it is the end of one of those kind of cup things, so potentially there might be some interest in watching. There has been a lot of smack talk about it. I mean, a certain someone happened to mention that Energy Esports is now dead, and I mean, I'm keen. There's a bit of a grudge match coming, so we'll have to see what happens tomorrow, but yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I won't be here all week, but hopefully I'll get someone to cast the game tomorrow. So if you guys are interested, yes, and I love you too, Brandon.